Hey everyone, I'm Sam, and I've got something super insightful lined up for you today. Joining me is Noelle. He is a research analyst at Future Market Insights. Together, we're diving into a market that's making waves in sustainability and industrial innovation. Let's get into it. So, to kick things off for this deep dive,
Yeah.
let's maybe zoom in on this whole global food and grocery retail industry.
Right.
Because it's not just, grabbing bread and milk. It feels like this huge, complex ecosystem.
It absolutely is.
We're talking everything, right? Fresh fruit stands,
Mhm.
massive hypermarkets, and now all the online stuff, too.
Exactly. All of it.
And what strikes me is how it touches almost everyone every single day. In
Mhm.
store, online, doesn't matter.
Precisely. And the crucial thing to understand is that it's not standing still. Not at all.
Okay.
This market is evolving and honestly incredibly fast. We're seeing these huge shifts driven by digital shopping taking off, a real push for sustainability,
Yeah.
and just this constant consumer demand for more convenience. It's really shaking things up.
So these forces are reshaping the whole experience.
Fundamentally, yeah. And it ties right back to what you said in the intro, sustainability and industrial innovation. It's all happening right here, especially with convenience and digital.
Okay, those shifts sound pretty major. But I guess the numbers really tell the scale of it. The Future Market Insights report, the FMI report, has some figures that just jump out.
They do.
What are we actually looking at for, say, 2025? And where's it headed by 2035? Can you give us that, like, the headline numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. And the scale, well, it's kind of mind-boggling, really.
Okay.
So FMI estimates the global market at, get this, USD 12.8 trillion for 2025.
Wow. Trillion.
Trillion, yeah. It's bigger than the economies of many countries just focused on our food.
That's incredible context.
And looking ahead, just 10 years out to 2035, that's projected to hit USD 17.7 trillion.
17.7.
So it's not just small changes. This signifies really robust growth. Over that decade, it works out to a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 3.3%.
Okay, 3.3%. Which maybe doesn't sound huge on its own, but on a base that large, what does that actually translate to? It's hard to picture.
Right, exactly. It means every single year, for 10 years, you're adding trillions more dollars to this market.
Goodness.
It's like building a whole new mid-sized economy every year, just from groceries.
Right.
It's constant, massive economic movement.
Wow. Okay. That really puts it in perspective. And within that massive number, the report breaks it down a bit. Like fresh food, fruit, veg, still the biggest single chunk, right? Around 38%.
That's right, yeah. A very significant share.
And channel-wise, supermarkets.
Mm.
They're still the main place people go,
Right.
holding something like 63%.
They are. Supermarkets definitely dominate the channels. And that preference for fresh stuff, it's really telling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost 4 out of every $10 spent. It shows how fundamental it is. But, while fresh is big, other segments like frozen, pantry staples, drinks, they're also major parts of the spend. And yeah, supermarkets rule the roost for channels, but I think the really dynamic story is the growth happening elsewhere.
Okay. So beyond the big supermarkets.
Exactly. We're seeing really rapid expansion in places like convenience stores, for those quick grab-and-go needs.
Makes sense.
Online grocery, obviously, that's just continuing its massive climb.
Right.
Then there's this whole hyperlocal delivery space booming, getting you stuff super fast from nearby hubs.
Like the 15-minute delivery guys.
Precisely those. And also, don't forget ready-to-eat sections in stores. Or delivered. That fits perfectly with how busy people are.
Yeah, definitely.
So the growth across all these different, more convenient channels, it clearly points to one thing. People are prioritizing ease and speed more and more. Now, if we kind of shift gears to the why is this market growing so relentlessly? FMI points to a few core drivers.
Okay, what are they?
Well, first off, urbanization. More people moving to cities globally.
Right.
It just naturally leads to more organized retail. Denser populations need efficient food systems. It's a big change from older models.
That makes sense. What else?
Second, rising disposable incomes. Especially in emerging markets, middle-income countries, people have more money, and a good chunk of that goes towards better food, more choice, more convenience.
So spending power is up.
Exactly. And third, and this is a huge one, is the tech transformation.
The innovation piece.
Totally. AI is changing everything from supply chains to suggesting what you might love to buy.
Personalized ads, yeah.
Right. E-commerce obviously makes buying simple. Data analytics helps retailers understand us, better than ever. And that personalization you mentioned, It gives shoppers so much choice and efficiency. This tech revolution is that industrial innovation we talked about. It's changing the whole game.
And tied into that, surely, are the shifts in what we want as consumers.
Absolute critical.
There's this massive growing trend towards health and sustainability, isn't there? People actively choosing organic, local, eco-friendly stuff.
Yes, huge. It's not niche anymore. It's mainstream, and retailers have to respond.
And we can't really ignore the pandemic's impact either, can we?
No, definitely not. COVID-19 caused a lasting shift for so many people towards online grocery, towards home delivery.
A habit that's stuck.
For many, yes, absolutely. It really accelerated that trend. So you've got health, sustainability, and digital convenience all pushing demand in new directions.
Which I guess brings us to geography. We've talked global scale, the drivers, but where is this growth actually happening fastest? Which regions are leading the pack?
Yeah, good question. The report is pretty clear on this. Asia-Pacific is singled out as the fastest growing region globally.
Okay, Asia-Pacific.
Yeah.
Any specific countries?
Yes. Within APAC, India is projected to lead the way. Really impressive numbers, looking at a 4.2% CAGR, predicted all the way out to 2035.
4.2%. Wow, that's significantly higher than the global average.
It is. It really positions India as, a powerhouse for this sector in the next decade.
And I suppose that fits with broader trends we see, right?
Yeah.
Big populations, developing economies in APAC.
It does, yeah. It's not random.
Yeah.
There's a whole mix of factors driving Asia-Pacific's growth. You've got the rapid urbanization we mentioned, increasing digital readiness, more people online, using digital payments.
Right, smartphones everywhere.
Exactly. Plus, those rising incomes giving people more spending power and just generally evolving retail practices in big markets like China, Southeast Asia, and India, of course. They're just embracing innovation and changing consumer habits really quickly. Now, thinking about the companies involved, while the FMI report aggregates data, if you look at the industry, we know who the big players are, right?
Sure.
You've got the global giants, Walmart, Amazon, especially with Whole Foods.
Yep.
European players like Carrefour, Tesco. And then really importantly, these local champions who dominate their home turf, like Reliance Retail in India, they're the big fish.
And their success comes down to?
Well, it seems to be a mix. They often have various store formats, right? Big hypermarkets down to small express stores.
Covering all bases.
Exactly. And they're heavily investing in tech, strong e-commerce, smart logistics, using data. Plus, crucially, that multi-channel approach, making it seamless whether you shop in-store, get delivery, or do click and collect.
So being everywhere the customer is.
Pretty much. But alongside these giants, we're also seeing this explosion of online-first platforms grabbing serious market share.
Yes, the disruptors.
Right. Think Instacart, which really changed delivery, or maybe niche players like Misfits Market, focusing on fighting food waste.
Interesting.
And then the super fast delivery guys like Zepto or Blinkit in certain regions, plus tons of other local delivery players popping up everywhere.
It feels like even our shopping carts are getting smarter than us.
Maybe. But seriously, these tech-first companies are definitely shaking things up.
Okay, so let's look forward then, that 2025 to 2035 window. We heard the overall market growth is steady, around 3.3%. But it sounds like within that, there are specific segments just taking off.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely not uniform growth. While the whole market is huge and stable, the real, fireworks are in specific areas.
Like what?
Well, online grocery. The growth there is just staggering. Estimated CAGR of around 25% by 2035.
25%.
Annually.
Annually, compounding for a decade. It's phenomenal.
Wow.
Then you have hyperlocal delivery, also huge growth, expected to hit something like USD 111 billion by 2035, growing at about 8.8% CAGR. Still very strong.
Okay.
And don't forget ready-to-eat foods. Catering to busy lives, that's growing around 9.2% CAGR. Very healthy growth there, too.
So these convenience-focused areas are really outpacing the rest.
Massively. The numbers just shout consumer demand for, frictionless experiences and getting things now.
So basically, while the overall market grows moderately, these segments focus hard on convenience, speed, health. They're the ones surging ahead.
That's the story.
Which really confirms that theme we started with. Sustainability and industrial innovation are right at the heart of where this market is actually evolving most rapidly. That's where the action is. Couldn't have put it better myself. To kind of wrap it up, what we've seen is, yes, the food and grocery retail market is enormous, multi-trillion dollars, growing steadily. But the key takeaway for you listening is how certain segments and behaviors are just dramatically changing everything.
Right.
Digital channels online, hyperlocal, they aren't just add-ons anymore. They're fundamentally redefining shopping. Combine that with the demand for healthier, sustainable options and that relentless drive for convenience. It's reshaping our daily food habits.
And the regional picture is super clear, too. Asia Pacific, particularly India, with that standout growth, is definitely the region to watch. It's outpacing the rest of the world.
For sure.
So it seems like for any brand or retailer wanting to really succeed here, the path is pretty clear, isn't it?
I think so.
Embrace digital transformation, embed sustainability seriously into what you do, and crucially, offer that seamless omni-channel experience. Meet people where they are, how they want to shop.
Exactly. It's about flexibility, speed, and alignment with those changing values.
Fantastic insights. Really helps understand the dynamics under those huge numbers. If you want to go deeper into these numbers and trends, visit Future Market Insights for getting more information.
And don't forget to follow Future Market Insights on LinkedIn for more such interesting information.
That's it from us today. Until next time, stay hydrated and stay curious.
Bye, everyone.